Okay, guys, good morning. So, my name is Samir, and I'll be a faculty for this ADB. And when it comes to my experience, I'll just walk you through. I have around 10 plus years of experience in IT and on the clouds since the past 3 years. I'm working onto this cloud technologies. Okay, that's it. Working in some corporate. Okay, so guys, let us start with this now. So what is, before we go ahead, let us see. And guys, I want everyone to just have an interaction. So I want the session to be an interactive rather than me talking on a side. I want everyone to interact with me. Okay, guys. So let us start with this. So let us say here, Azure Data Engineering. What is Azure Data Engineering? Yes, guys, everyone, I'm audible, please.
It's audible, Samir. Audible.
Okay, so now this is what is Azure Data Engineering. So basically, Azure Data Engineering is packed is a is a packed into the is a packed in the form of services. In the form of what is that? Services. Azure Data Engineering is packed in the form of what? Services. The following are the various services provided for various operations in the that is nothing but in the Azure Data Engineering. So the following are the services. Let us see what is a first one. What is it? You have it. We have the first one here as a Azure is Azure Databricks. Azure Databricks. And then we have the next one after this. We have the Azure Data Factory. And apart from this, we have the next service that is called as Azure Synapse. Azure Synapse. And next one after this, many services are there, but I'm listing few of them. Okay, so we have the Azure Artificial Intelligence, AI, or else we can also refer it as a ML, that is called as machine learning. Okay, so these all are the services packed into this Azure Data Engineering. That means all end-to-end solutions for the data. That is nothing but data engineering means end-to-end solution for the data. So now, guys, what is this Azure Data that is Azure Databricks is used, and what is the purpose of it? So, guys, this service called Azure Databricks is provided by the Microsoft to perform the job of ETL. So, guys, what is this ETL? Where ETL stands for what? Extraction, transformation, okay, guys, extraction, transformation, and loading. So the Azure Databricks is provided for Azure Databricks is a service provided by the Microsoft within the Azure Data Engineering for the purpose of extraction, transformation, and loading. Guys, this extraction, transformation, and loading, what it is? Let us try to understand this first. So guys, this extraction, transformation, and loading is nothing but it is a process where, guys, it is a process where data is summarized, where the data is summarized, where the data is summarized, where the data is, what is that? Summarized. And this summarized data is used for decision making. these or this summarized data is used for what? Decision making. So whereas what is this process of extraction, transformation, and loading? So this process of, guys, extraction, transformation, and loading, this process of extraction, transformation, and loading basically consists of, requires the following. What is that? Source, that means what? Source, and the next one, it requires as a target. Source and the target. Now guys, what is a source and what is a target? So basically, between the source and the target, this process of ETL is applied always. Okay, irrespective of whatever the thing you service you use it. Generally, I'm talking about the ETL. That is nothing but ETL is the process where the data, guys, ETL is the process. ETL is a process where the data is summarized. Okay, so what is the source? What is this target? Let us try to understand this, guys. Source is a place where we get the raw data. Source is a place where we get, what is that, guys? Raw data. And whereas this raw data is extracted as per the requirement in the process of extraction. This raw data is extracted as per the requirement in the process of extraction. And once the extraction means what? Picking up the data. Whereas after this process of extraction is done, the process of transformation is implemented. Transformation is the actual process where the data is converted into the required format by the customer. And once the transformation is done, guys, on the data or applied on the data is finally prepared and it is loaded. And it is what? Loaded. And where it is loaded? It is loaded into the target, that is called as a destination. Getting my point? Now guys, this is a bit technical. I want to simplify it and explain it to you. Okay, what exactly? Now guys, all of you are you able to hear my voice? Everyone, please come out.
Yeah.
So now guys, suppose you go to a supermarket to buy a vegetables. Tell me now, what are the different, that is, how many vegetables will be there in a supermarket? Let us say Reliance Fresh. You have been to the Reliance Fresh to buy the fresh vegetables. Now tell me, how many vegetables you have it? You will be having many, almost all vegetables you will have it. Am I right? So now guys, tell me a answer now. Do you purchase all the vegetables or you will purchase only those vegetables which is required for you? Yes, my question is that you have been to a supermarket. Yes, guys, you have been to supermarket and that is more supermarket, or you have been to a that is Reliance Fresh, where you can find many vegetables. Are you going to purchase all the vegetables or some of the vegetables?
Only required vegetables will purchase.
Required. That means before leaving, you will decide what curry has to be cooked. Based on that curry, you're going to buy the vegetables. Am I right? Some 2-3 vegetables. So now what you're doing is, suppose you have been to a supermarket and picked up some 5 vegetables out of some 100 vegetables are there. Different varieties of 100 vegetables are there. Out of those 100 vegetables, you are purchasing only 5 vegetables. Why those 5? Because that is required for the cooking process. You want to cook only those 5. Am I right? You're picked up. What you will do, once you pick up, you'll put it into your basket, bill it off, everything is done. Now you will come home. Now tell me, what is the form of vegetables now?
It's raw form.
Yes, exactly. Very good. So the vegetables in the raw form. So now guys, what you will do, you have to eat those vegetables. as we are human, so we require to eat those vegetables, but we need to cook it. Am I right? Cook it. So what you will do, you will cut the vegetables, chop the vegetables, everything you will do it, and then you will put it on a, that is nothing but they will put it on a stove, and ultimately from the raw farm, all the five vegetables you will pour it in one that is nothing but bowl, and you will cook it. You will cook it. That means you're converting this raw form of vegetables into cooked format. Am I right or not? Are you changing the form of vegetables or not for eating purpose? Yes, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, you have converted. Ultimately, the vegetables are cooked. The vegetables are cooked. Now the curry is ready. So that means what you're doing, you have bought the raw vegetables. You have first of all picked up the vegetables. You have been to the supermarket and picked up the vegetables. And once you have picked up the vegetables, what you are doing, you bought them home and cut it off and chopped it. And once the chopping, everything is done, you are changing the form of those vegetables from the raw form to what is that? Cooked form, as per our requirement. Ultimately, once the vegetables is cooked and ready, then what you will do? Finally, you will eat. That is nothing but called as what? Loading. Same way, guys, picking up the vegetables, picking up the vegetables from multiple 100 vegetables are there, but you are picking up only 5 vegetables. And those vegetables, picking up the process of vegetables from the supermarket is called as what? Extraction. It is called as the process of what? Extraction. Whereas the extraction is done, then what you are doing? Transform. That means you're getting them home and chopping them, cutting them, and putting them into the bowl to cook, and ultimately cooking those vegetables. That means you're converting the raw vegetables to what is that? Cooked format in the form of a curry. Am I right or not? Ultimately, once that is called as a process of what? Cooking is the process of transforming. Cooking is the process of what? Transforming. Ultimately, once the transformation is done, finally your destination is what? Your destination is the curry. So curry, you will eat it. That's it. That is nothing but finally the process of loading is nothing but cooking. That's nothing but eating the same. So hence, this is actually you have the process in what? Extraction, transformation, and loading. That's it, guys. Nothing else. There is no technicality. There is no something is, where you need to worry about how the things will move on. All these things, you need not worry about this. Simply extraction, transformation, and loading is the process. Extraction, transformation, and loading is the process of converting the picking up the required data, picking up the required data and transforming the data as per the requirement, and ultimately transformed data, you will load it into the target. Okay. So guys, is it clear for everyone what is ETL actually? Yes, guys, I want an answer, ma, please. Huh?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Okay, so before we see some examples on how actually this process is taken place, let us try to understand few more things here, then we'll come back to this. Let us try to understand first of all what is a cloud, what is a clouds, and what is an on-premises. Then we'll come back to this. Okay, so first of all, let us try to understand what is cloud. So now guys, because what is it you have it? Azure data engineering is a cloud-based engineering, cloud-based data engineering. Am I right? So now guys, I wanted to explain you, or let us try to understand first of all, guys, what is a clouds and what is an on-premises. Let us try to understand first of all what is a cloud basically. Okay, so guys, when it comes to this cloud, okay, just forget about this cloud. I'll just give you an example for this. Now guys, you all of you are using the mobile phones, am I right? All of you are using the mobile phones or not, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, I want a reply from every one of you, please guys, try to respond. Yes, are you using the mobile phone or not?
Yes, we are.
So now every one of us is using the mobile phone. Now, guys, when it comes to this mobile phone, you in the mobile phone, we have some memory. Will it be there memory or not?
Yes.
Every mobile has some memory or not?
Yeah.
So now, what are the types of memories you will have in your mobile phone? Can you tell me? Yes, guys.
Mobile SD memory.
Yes, mobile internal memory and scan disk memory. That means you will have the memories in a mobile phone. You will have the memory in the mobile phone, such as what is that? SD card memory. So I'm writing it here. In mobile, you will have the memory. So that memory is called as mobile inbuilt memory. Am I right? With every default you purchase a mobile phone, you will get mobile memory as a free. Am I right? Mobile memory as free. Apart from the mobile memory, guys, you will also have you will also have, guys, you will also have a memory that is called as SD card memory. What do you mean by SD card memory, guys? SD card memory is nothing but scan disk card memory. That means, suppose every mobile you are getting it with a 16 GB internal storage memory. That means this 16 GB, guys, this 16 GB is a default memory. That means in your mobile phone, you can store up to 16 GB memory. Whereas if you require to store more memory rather than thus, you want to store one more, that is nothing but 32 GB of memory you wanted to store it. For that, what we do, we buy an external SD card and we will just put it in your mobile phone. Okay, put it in your mobile phone, and from that point onwards, you can use this memory of 32. So now tell me, totally what is the amount of memory you have it in your mobile phone now? 32 plus 16. Guys, tell me now. 32 plus 16 means what? Guys,
48
32.
GB.
Huh?
48 GB.
Very good. So 48 GB memory. Totally, you can store up to 48 GB memory now in your mobile phone along with SD card. Now, the question is that now the further I have some more videos and photos, etc., which is amounting to around 100 GB. 100 GB. Let us assume amounting to around 500 GB. Now tell me, how do you store this 500 GB memory? You already utilize the 32 GB, you already utilize the 16 GB memory. You have to store more 500 GB memory is required now. So now tell me, guys, what is the way you adopt it? Just think generally, because we do it in the daily basis, this kind of job. Tell me now.
OneDrive or Google Drive will put.
Very good, very good. So that means you will now you will take the support of a Google Drive. Am I right? Google Drive. But the problem is that Google is also providing you by default 15 GB as a memory. Am I right? Huh? 15 GB of the memory by default Google is providing to you. But now you have to store 15 GB or 500 GB, guys? 500 GB. So now what you have to do? Tell me now. Tell me, guys. Yeah, please. Guys, please tell me, ma. Did you get my question? What I mean to tell you? If you get the question, just simply say yes, or else I'll repeat the question once again. My question is that I'll repeat the question once again. My question is that now my mobile memory already has 16 GB memory, and SD card I have installed it. I've put some SD card and it has the 32 GB memory. Totally both the memories amounting to 48 GB, but I have some more 500 GB memory to be stored. So for that, I took the support of Google Drive, and Google Drive is providing only 15 GB memory. What is the alternative for me now?
External hard disk.
Huh?
External hard disk.
External hard disk, that is fine. Okay, but I want the data. Okay, no problem. One more way is that you can ask the Google. That is fine, that is very good. Okay, but here the thing is that you can ask the Google to increase the size. That means from 15 GB I want 500 GB. So Google is providing Google will provide you 500 GB of memory Free of cost, or they will charge something for it?
They'll charge something.
They
They'll
will
charge.
charge. That means after 15 GB, even if you store 0.1 MB also, okay, then it is going to charge you. So you can buy the space on the Google Drive by paying some cost. Now, guys, totally, I bought it. I bought this one also. Everything is done now. Totally, the amount of memory. What is that amount of memory I have? 548 GB memory. Totally, I have it now. Totally, how much memory I have it? 548 GB. That means 48 GB in my mobile phone and 500 on my Google Drive. Now, one fine day, I lost my mobile phone. One fine day, I lost my mobile phone, guys. That is my query. Now, my query is that when I lose my mobile phone, so I could not able to trace it off. Now, the question is that I bought a new mobile phone. I have to buy a new mobile phone. Hence, I bought the new mobile phone. Now, once you bought a new mobile phone, guys, please tell me, can you recollect this 48 GB? Can you recollect this 500 GB memory or not?
500 GB is possible. 48 GB is not possible.
Yes, exactly. Very good. So we can say that 500 GB, you can recollect it by just using the synchronize option. You can just log in with your mail ID, enter the password, and in the same way, you can recollect it. But what about the 48 GB? The 48 GB memory is lost with the mobile phone because this memory is called as physical memory. Am I right? This memory is called as what? Physical memory. Physical memory. So hence I cannot recollect it. Whereas the memory or the data which is stored on the Google Drive can be recollected. So we can say that the Google Drive, we can call it as a cloud. Am I right, guys? Everyone? Google memory is called as what? Cloud memory. Google memory is called as what is that, guys? Cloud memory, cloud data memory. It is called as what? Cloud data memory. Cloud data memory. Whereas the physical memory of your mobile phone, we can refer it as what? On-premises memory. Am I right, guys? I can refer it as what? On-premises. So now tell me, what is the drawback, guys? Now tell me, what is the drawback you have? What is the drawback you have between on-premises memory and cloud memory? On-premises memory, once you lose your mobile phone, you cannot recollect it. But the same can be recollected using the cloud. Am I right or not? So now this is the drawback. You have it in the on-premises data. So now, guys, just for 548 GB, which is required for us, now what we have done, we took the support of the cloud rather than taking the support of the mobile phone. So in the same way, what you have done, tell me now, what you have done? That means you have moved physically, guys. You have moved physically from the cloud, from the physical mobile phone memory to what is that? Cloud memory. That is called as Google Drive memory. Am I right or not? So nowadays, every one of us storing the data in mobile phone inbuilt memory, or we are storing it data into the Google Drive, guys? Tell me now. Huh?
Google Drive.
Most of us, every time, we will store the data in the Google Drive. Am I right, everyone? So why do you store the data in the Google Drive? Tell me now.
You can recover.
Yes, can recover it. Suppose tomorrow you have traveled to other country, suppose United States of America, and did not take your mobile phone now. Now what happened is, as you did not take your mobile phone and you're there finally into this some United States of America, so can you get this Google Drive memory resaved to your mobile phone in even after reaching the USA? Tell me now, guys.
Yeah.
Of course, that means the access is possible even irrespective of the location. So we can say that we can access this data which is stored in the Google Drive from anywhere in the world. Am I right? From anywhere in the world without worrying about the physical location where my data is stored. The same way, guys, tell me now, actually Google Drive is stored where? The Google Drive stores the data into the cloud environment. Into what is that? Cloud environment. So cloud environment is what? Ultimately, cloud environment is nothing but ultimately it stores the data physically into the data centers. Every cloud provider has the data centers. And now in these data centers, the entire physical data will be stored. In this data centers, the physical data will be stored. Am I right, guys, everyone? Okay. Uh, somebody just put it yourself in mute mode. I think there is no issues from my end. Yeah, guys. Okay, now fine now. So now I think the voice is background voice is not there. It's fine now. Okay, guys. There is no disturbance now. I think from the background. Please say yes.
Yeah, it's fine now.
So now, guys. Now, in the same way, guys. Here you have a cloud and on-premises. Cloud means what? Cloud is nothing but storing the data onto the Google Drive is a cloud environment. And now, guys, on-premise is nothing but storing the data into your mobile phone physical memory. Mobile phone memory. Mobile phone memory is called as what? On-premises. Is called as what, guys? What is it called as? On-premises. Am I right, guys? So now, guys, as we are an individual, still we wanted to save the data. Still we wanted to move it from the physical memory to what? Google Drive memory. In the same way, lot of the corporates, many corporates, now what they're doing is they're planning or they are moving from the physical data to what is that? Cloud data. So for that, many cloud providers has come out. Many cloud providers has come out to provide the support for it. So for that, the following are the cloud providers we have it. What is that? The first one is called as what? Azure. Azure is a cloud provider from Microsoft. So Microsoft, what it is doing is it is marketing their product, the cloud product. It is marketing its cloud product with a name called what? Azure. Okay. And then we have what is that? The next one provider as what? Amazon, or we can say AWS. AWS is from what? Yes, Amazon Web Service. Amazon Web Service. And the third one, what is that you have it? Google, GCP. So we have the GCP, which stands for what? Google Cloud Platform. Google Cloud Platform. Okay, guys, Google Cloud Platform. Then afterwards, then we have what is that? Alibaba. This is a China-based, okay, that is cloud provider. And now then we have what is that? We have the SAP Cloud. SAP Cloud. Likewise, then you have even the SAP Cloud is there, Oracle Cloud is there, etc., etc., etc. These are all the cloud providers. But whereas the market leader is the two or three, first three are the market leaders. And number one is the Azure. Number one is the Azure in providing the cloud services. So now, guys, these cloud services are basically classified or divided into three categories. These cloud services are basically classified or divided into three categories. What is that? First one is called as what? EAS. EAS means what, guys? EAS stands for what? Infrastructure. Infrastructure as a service. And then you have what's that? PaaS. PaaS stands for what, guys? PaaS stands for what? Platform as a service. Then, guys, third one is SaaS. SaaS stands for what, guys? Software as a service. Software as a service. Guys, these are the three different services provided by the cloud providers. That means IaaS as a service, PaaS as a service, and CaaS as a service. These are the three categories of services provided by the cloud providers. Getting my point? So now entire cloud service is classified or built according to these categories: IaaS, PaaS, and CaaS. Infrastructure as a service means what, guys? Suppose just now we have discussed that you require 500 GB of data to be stored. That means you require what? Space on the cloud. Space on the cloud to store the 500 GB data. Am I right? So whereas this all storages, suppose you require, what is it? All the storages, how much storage you require it? 500 GB or 1000 okay, petabyte, okay, petabyte. So all these, okay, all these, can you see here? All this is the responsibility of the that is nothing but the cloud provider, and it provides this service in the form of what? Infrastructure as a service. Now guys, you require a RAM, random access memory. You require a RAM speed of let us say 56 GB. So now guys, you need not buy an external RAM anything. Simply you need to inform your cloud provider that this is the RAM speed you require it. So he will set it for you. So you need not worry about the physical components or the physical parts. Now getting my point? Next, after this, platform as a service. Suppose guys, suppose what is platform, guys? What is platform? Platform is generally a type of an operating system. Now guys, we are using Android as an operating system, and can you see here, that is nothing but Apple is using some operating system. Okay, so hence these are the various operating system. Okay, these are the various operating system used by the various that is nothing but various mobiles, we can say. In the same way, if at all you have a computer, so generally in the computer, what is the operating system we use it, guys? Can you tell me what is the operating system we use it in a PC, guys? Tell me now. Generally we use the Windows as operating system. But now my question is that I have a very massive amount of data, and this massive amount of data is not supported on the Windows operating system most of the time. Let us assume banking data. Banking data is very huge, massive amount of data. So now it is not supported on the Windows operating system. Hence we require some other operating system that is called as what? Mainframes. Mainframes is an operating system. Mainframes is an operating system from what? IBM. So you need not buy the license of this. You need not worry about the operating system. Simply you need to inform your cloud provider Azure that you require the mainframes operating system. He will take care. And now guys, suppose you require some softwares. Softwares in the sense you require some reporting softwares, or you require some analytical software, such as you require some softwares, or you require any kind of reporting. That is nothing but, suppose you require Power BI, or suppose you require some Cognos. You need not buy the license of this, need not worry about this. Simply you need to inform your cloud provider that you require it. He is going to buy that for you. He is going to buy that for you. Everything is taken care by that is nothing but by the cloud provider in the service called what? Software as a service. So these are the three categories of services we have it. So whereas the cloud providers has divided their service based on these three, and based on these three categories only they will bill you. They are going to bill you. It is as simple as, guys, as simple as simply you log into this. You have the OTT platforms is there, Amazon Prime, Netflix, etc. What you will do, you will enter your mobile number and a password. That's it. You will enter it into the application, and once you enter into the application, if you want to watch a new movie, then you have to subscribe that particular premium subscription or not. Tell me now, guys. You need to buy a subscription or not, premium subscription, to watch a latest movie. Yes, tell me. Do we require to buy it or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, required.
So in the same way here also, whichever the service is required, in the same way, simply we need to buy it from the Azure. Buy means what? Here we are just that means utilizing it, paying it. That's it. Utilizing and paying the cost. It is just like renting off, renting off. Okay, without having an ownership, without claiming an ownership, you can do your task just by paying them. Okay, just by paying them the cost of the same. So whereas where these are the three categories of service provided by the cloud. Now guys, the cloud is clear for me and on premises is also clear for me. Everything is clear. But my question is that source, target, and this thing is done. Already this is also extraction, transformation, loading done. But my question is that what is exactly the use of the ADB, that is called as Azure Databricks? What it does? We have to understand this. So now guys, let us come back here. When it comes to the Azure Databricks, the Azure Databricks is a service of Microsoft, which is provided to perform the job of extraction, transformation, and what is that? Loading. To perform the job of extraction, transformation, and what is that? Loading. The Azure Databricks is a service of a Microsoft provided to perform the job of extraction, transformation, and what is that? Loading. Okay, guys. Now, when it comes to this Azure Database, exactly, let us try to understand this ETL with some example. Guys, here I have a data. So let us say here, I have some data here. So I'm using, guys, I'm using it this as a source. And now I have the source. And now, guys, in the bottom, I'll write the target. My query is that I have a data of a supermarket, and supermarket data is given like this: product ID, product rate, product quantity sold, and date of sales. Now guys, some this you see here. Now my query is that, guys, uh, and here is the customer. The customer is here. The customer is here. The customer wanted to know, guys, this is a customer. That customer means what? The owner of the supermarket is a customer for us. This customer wanted to know what is the change in sales, or what is the sales difference on 26th of this month and 22nd of this month, whether the sales has increased between these two dates or not. He wanted to know first of all. So guys, first of all, to know this query or to report him the same to the customer, what is that you require it? You require the source, and the source consisting of the following information. What is that? Product ID, product rate, product quantity sold, date of sales. Let us give the product IDs something like this. Product rate, let us give it as 100 rupees, and the quantity sold is 10, and then you have a date of sales. Date of sale is 21, guys, 21/11/2022. And then you have the product something like this, okay, product ID, and the rate is 200, and the quantity sold is 05, and now the date of sales is 21/11/2022. And then I have something like this. So I have 500 02, and now guys I have 21/11/2022. Now guys, this is the thing we have it. First day, that means what? 21st data is already recorded. Do we have 22nd data? No, we will write the 22nd data. So as you wanted to write the 22nd data, simply what I will do is I'll copy this information and I'll paste it here. Okay, that's it guys. Let us see it here how to make it. So simply copy this information and I'm pasting it the same information. But now what I will do is, instead of this, I will make it as 200, rate is 200, and here I'll make it as rate as 300, and here I'll make the rate as 1000. That's it. Okay, just now guys, product quantity sold as it is, but I'm changing the date here. What's the date? 22, 22, and now guys 22, 22. Now guys, here you have it. Now tell me now, as you have this 2 days data, tell me now, the 2 days data is here or not, guys? Now to tell me, is there any difference in the sales? Is there any difference in the sales from 21st to 22nd? Can you tell me, guys?
Yes, different is there, sir. Different is there.
Difference is there. How can you say? How can you say? Just by looking into the data. Am I right or not? Just by
Yes,
looking
yes.
into the data, yeah, just by looking into the data, you can say there is a difference. Why you are able to say? Because you have only how many records are there, guys? Totally 6 records. Very simple, small data. You can look it here and decide it. Am I right or not, everyone? Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
If you have massive amount of data, can you look onto the data and decide it or not? Suppose each table having some 1 lakh records. Can you decide it by looking into the records?
No, not possible.
Not possible. So for that, here we use the technique. What is that? ETL. Let us see how the ETL is applied here. Extraction. ETL stands for what? Extraction. 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 Let us see how the extraction is done here. The first process of extraction is that where you have to pick up. Where you have to pick up. Do we require the product ID to find out the net sales amount of the day? Do you require the product ID, guys?
Not required.
Not required. Do you require the product rate?
Yes, required.
Required.
Quantity sold?
Required.
Date of sales?
Required.
So now, guys, I'm picking up these 3 columns. Picking up these 3 columns is the process of what is that? It is the process of extraction. It is the process of what? Extraction. Now the columns are picked up. Now, guys, next comes transformation. Picking up is done. Transformation. Now in the transformation, how can you find out the net? You want to find out the net sales amount each day. So to find out the net sales amount, do we need to perform some arithmetic operations on the data or not? That means some mathematical calculations is required or not?
Yes, sir.
Hello, can anyone hear the voice?
Yes, yes.
Sir, screen is not visible.
Actually, he's left for his left. Maybe he's facing network issue.
Okay.
Shamil is not there.
Sorry, guys, got disconnected due to some network issue. Sorry. Okay. Hello, I'm audible now?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm audible now. Yeah, so got disconnected due to some this thing, network issue. Okay, so now guys, okay, we were just a minute, so just a minute, I'm just looking out for this. I don't have this host rights. Just a minute. Let me call the people to provide me the host right, because once
Because you can provide a host rights to Shami. Might be your is the host.
I'm audible, guys. Please tell me, I'm audible.
Yes, yes.
Now, guys, see here. So we have what is that? We were discussing about the calculations. 100 into 10 is what is 1000. 200 into 5 is what? 1000. 500 into 2 what? Again, tell me now, guys. 1000. Now tell me, guys. You have one totally. Calculate the sum here. What is the sum? Can you tell me the sum, guys? The sum of these three is what? Yes, guys, the sum of these three is what? It is 3000. So I can say that. Can I say that here? Can you see? 3000 is the net sales amount. Am I right, guys? Am I right, everyone? So this you are doing it under the process of transformation. Now, it is done for the 21st day. What about the 22nd day? Guys, can you tell me? Please come out, all of you. Help me out in this. Yes, guys. Tell me now, for the 22nd day, 200 into 10 means what? 200 into 10 means what, guys? Tell me now. 2000. 300 into 5 means what, guys? Tell me now.
1500.
Yes? Huh?
1500.
Very good. 1000 into 2 means what?
2000.
Very good. So now calculate the sum now.
5500.
Very good. So now, guys, 5500. Now, guys, this is the net sales amount. Now, guys, this process is called as a transformation process. It's done now. Finally, you will be loading. Where you will be loading the data, guys? Tell me now. Finally, you will be loading the data into the target. So how will I load the data? I will load the data like this. See here. I'm loading the data. So net sales amount underscore sales underscore amount. Net sales amount is what, guys? Tell me now. Net sales amount is what? 3000. And now for which date it is? So I'm declaring one more column here. Oh yes, that is date of sales. Date of sales is, I'm using it as 21/11/2022. And then we have, what is that, guys? Tell me now. 5500, and it is on 22nd/11/2022. Now, guys, this particular thing, that is nothing but called as output. Now, can you see here? This entire thing, what you have done, guys? Can you see this entire thing? What we have done? We have transformed this much data. Can you see here? This much data of two tables I have transformed into one table and in the summarized manner. So this data, you can report it to the customer, stating that this is the difference of sales between 21st and 22nd day of November 2022. Am I right, guys? Everyone? Huh? This process is called as the process of what? Extraction, transformation, and loading. And this is done by using the Azure Databricks here. By using what is that? Azure Databricks. It is done by the process called what? Using the service called what? Azure Databricks, where extraction, transformation, and loading of data is done by the Azure Databricks. Clear, all of you now? Now, as a part of this course, guys, we are going to see this Azure Databricks. Okay, Azure Databricks, and the total duration of this course will be 60 hours. Okay, 60 hours, but it will be, we are quoting it as 60, but it will go beyond the 60 hours because we have many live scenarios we are going to look into. Okay, and that's the thing we have it. And we are going to start the classes from tomorrow, the same 10 o'clock in the morning. Okay, guys, 10:15 in the morning. That's the timings we have it. 10:15 to around 11:30. Every day you will have 1 hour 15 minutes class, 1 hour to 1 hour 15 minutes class. And next, after this, guys, when it comes to this, the classes after this, even the resume planning and everything will be given to you as a support. Okay, and contents brochure, you can check it. Okay, Azure Data Factory and Azure Databricks both are used for the same process, but Azure Databricks, here you can use the it is called as CUI that is called as character user interface, where you need to use different languages: Python, Scala, R, and SQL. These are the 4 languages used in the bricks, Azure Databricks. Whereas in the Azure Data Factory, it is totally a menu driven. It is totally a menu driven. Both performs the same job. Both performs the same job, but this is a menu driven, and this is a that is nothing but the code based. You have it. Okay, so that's it about this thing. And every day we'll have the class 1 hour to 1 hour 15 minutes, and Saturday, Monday to Saturday, Friday, you will have the classes. So generally Saturdays and Sundays I don't take the classes. If it is required to cover up the portion, then we will continue on Saturdays, guys. That's the only thing we have. Okay, so now you can ask me any questions if you have. Please go ahead.
Sir, like I just wanted to know, there is coding part is there in the curriculum, so we need to learn coding as well.
Yes, of course. Coding means whichever it is required, we will discuss it in the class itself. As such, separately, you need not learn the coding somewhere going outside. Okay. So what is that? I will explain you. That will be easy only, not so tough enough for people, what the people think. Okay. So we will be seeing here the coding in 4 different languages. See, there is SQL, Python, R, and Scala. I'll
Uh,
write the coding. Yeah.
mm, Sir, like what is PySpark that I'm hearing a lot about?
See, PySpark is basically Python and Spark together. It is called a Spark, PySpark. PySpark.
Okay. Okay. Do we need to learn that also for ADB?
Yes, of course. I will teach you that PySpark also. I'll teach.
Okay. 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 Thanks, sir.
Okay, that's thank you. Any other questions, guys?
Sir, this is a duration, sir.
Duration will be 60 hours.
Okay. Okay.
60 hours.
Azure Data Factory.
Huh?
Is it required to learn both Azure Data Factory and Azure Database
It
for
basically
industries?
see guys, there is no connection between Azure Data Factory and Database. If you learn it, that is up to you. If you don't learn it, then also no problem. You can get the job individually on Azure Databricks as well as on the Data Factory. These are 2 different services you have it. Okay.
Sir, if there any deployment process are you explaining, sir? Deployment processing.
Yes, of course, deployment process we will see now anyways. Without the this is all a technical subject.
Yes, sir. So ADF also there, right? ADF and ADB. Okay, deployment process is required. After that, finally, classes over, right?
Yes. Yes, yes,
But
yes.
is
We
there
will
any
see that
combined
difference.
batch for both Databricks and Data Factory? Is there any combined batch? I mean,
See, you will have data factory batch is morning 7 a.m. started today itself along with you. And Databricks is this time. Combined batches means these are two different services. So I teach them differently.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Combinedly we'll see a type of a project anyways. A case study you can say, not exactly the project, case study I can see. See, basically, when it comes to the data, someone is typing. So what is that? Monitor, optimize data storage, data processing. All this is covered, guys. And whatever the training we are going to look into, it is basically okay. More than enough to write a certification also. Certification for ADB whenever you want to write it. Okay, this is enough. So as a part of even the that is nothing but everyday videos will be provided to you. That's it.
sir,
Any other questions if you have? You can.
any batch for the evening?
Huh?
Any batch for the evening?
Right now, no, there is no batch in the evening. So morning batches only we have it. It's there, one batch is there, but it's already started 12 to 14 days back, it has started already. Yeah, 12 classes is already done with that.
Samit sir, ADB and ADF both are providing Azure, right? Microsoft. What is the main difference between ADB and ADF?
Basically, the ADF, what they're using is, if there is a project in where you are going to use the ADF and ADB both, the ADF is used for data ingestion process. Up to only data ingestion process only, the ADF they're using it. Further, after the data ingestion of the data, ingestion, that means insertion of the data. Okay, once the data is inserted, the data picking up the data from there and preparing or moving the data into Delta Lake and then performing the visualization. For all this process, we are using the ADB only.
Okay, got it.
Yes, any other questions, guys? Okay,
Sir,
that's it, guys.
any specific software we have to download for this?
No software is required. No software is required. No licenses is required. Simple, very subscription. I'll tell you. I'll show you. You have to subscribe that. That's it. No software, no piracy, nothing is there. No piracy,
Yeah,
no
but it, yeah, but it is asking some card, yeah, credit card number asking.
yeah, credit card, obviously. That is for free subscription. It will take you, it will charge some 2 rupees from a credit card. And this free subscription will be valid for 30 days. Okay. And after that, you have to go for pay as you go model. That pay as you go model will not cost you if you based on your usage only. It is just like pay as you go means it will not charge you more than 700 to 800 for an individual. So okay, because we are working on, because we are working on the type of an organization. Then even I'm taking multiple batches. Even then I'm not getting the bill more than 2,000 rupees per month, 2,000 to 2,500. But there is a technique for saving this. That is nothing but how to save the cost and all. I will that is anyways tell you those techniques. So if you follow that, that's not a problem for you to make out. That's the thing.
Yeah, can you providing that license code in per for practice purpose.
Huh?
Yeah, can you provide license account? Sorry, can you providing account so but for a practice purpose?
Account, you can take it. It's not me to provide you. You can take it directly. I'll show you the way how to create account, everything. I'll show you.
Yeah, okay.
Mm. Okay, guys, any other questions? Okay, guys, thank you. Then we'll meet tomorrow morning at the same time. Yeah, please go ahead. Any questions?
Okay, sir. Bye.
Okay. Thank you, guys. We'll meet tomorrow. 10:15. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Bye. See, guys, my name is Samir, and I would be your faculty for this Azure Databricks. And when it comes to this, my experience, I have around 10 plus years of experience in IT industry. And since the past 3 years, I'm onto the clouds. I'm supporting for the clouds and various clouds technologies. Okay. So now, guys, let us go ahead and see first of all, okay, what are the things you have it in this? See, what is Azure Data Engineering? Okay, Azure is nothing but it is a name for the cloud services. Azure is nothing but it is the name for the cloud services given by the Microsoft. That means Microsoft is marketing their cloud products or their cloud services with a name called what is it? Azure. And now data means what? Information. Okay, data means what? Information. For the services called engineering, for this engineering services, they are using the Azure Databricks. Apart from this, they are also using the service called what? ADF, Azure Data Factory. They're using the service called what? Synapse. Okay, etc. And Synapse, and then we have the artificial intelligence, and then we have the machine learning. These are all the services provided for engineering service, for performing the engineering on the data. And these all are, that is nothing but these all are provided by what? Azure. So Azure is the that is nothing but name given by the Microsoft, given by what is that? Microsoft, for marketing their products, cloud-based services, cloud-based services. Now, guys, when it comes to this Azure Databricks, the Azure Databricks is nothing but this is, okay, guys, everyone, just have a look, and I want everyone to just interact with me so that, okay, if you have any doubt, we can just clarify it meanwhile. Okay, guys. So now the Azure Databricks is nothing but it is a cloud-based. Okay, it is a cloud-based service. It is a cloud-based service or cloud service. It's a cloud service. Azure Databricks is a cloud service provided by Microsoft. Provided by what is that? Microsoft. And now it is used for the purpose of what? Extraction, transformation, and loading. So now, guys, what is this extraction, transformation, and loading? Let us try to understand this. Whereas the extraction, transformation, and loading, everyone, the extraction, that is ETL, extraction, transformation, and loading. Extraction, transformation, and then we have loading. Basically, the extraction, transformation, and loading, it is a process or it is a technique which is used to perform the data summarization. Is used to perform the data summarization. As that is extraction, transformation, and loading. It is a process or it is a technique to summarize the data, And whereas for this particular process of ETL, we require the following. What is that? Source, and then we require what is that, guys? We require the another one that is called as a target. Whereas a source is nothing but what? The source where we get the source from where we get the information is called as what? A source. And target is nothing but what? Target is a place or destination. Target is nothing but place or destination. It's called as what? Destination. Target or destination. We can say it here. Okay. Now, guys, between the source and the target, we perform the process of what is that? ETL. What is that? Extraction, transformation, and loading is the process which is performed between two. What is that? Source and the target. Source and the target. Now, guys, even a layman, that is a person who is not from an IT background, should understand this. That is my main motive. Okay, for explanation of all these things. Okay, so now, guys, let us try to see what is this ETL actually does. Now, guys, this ETL basically performs the extraction process on the source, picks up and transforms the data and load it into the required format. For that, let us take an example. Now, guys, you wanted to cook a curry, that is a vegetable curry you want to cook. So as soon as you thought of decided to cook a vegetable curry, you will go to the market and get the vegetables. Once you have been to a market, there you can find many vegetables in the market, such as we have, for example, in Telangana, we have this Raitu Bazaar, or in various areas, even we have the supermarkets, that is Reliance Fresh, where they are providing all the vegetables at one store. Am I right? So once you've been to this market, how many type of vegetables you can find it, guys? Can you tell me? Just a practical one, not nothing related to subject. Tell me now. Yes, guys.
Different vegetables.
Yeah, many types of vegetables, many types of vegetables. So are you going to buy all those vegetables, or some of it which is required for your to cook your curry?
Require for cook the curry.
That is there. So you are going to pick up only those vegetables which is required to cook the curry. Now you have picked up. Okay, now you have picked up. Okay, guys, just a minute. Just give me a second. I've got some important call brought in. Sorry, guys. Actually, I got some important call to attend from my office. Okay. So now, guys. So I'm audible now. Hello. Yes, guys. I'm audible.
Yes, yes, you can continue.
Okay. So now, guys, you have what is this? We have this ETL. So now, guys, Azure Databricks is nothing but this is a service provided by the Microsoft to perform the job of ETL, that is extraction, transformation, and loading. Whereas this process of extraction, transformation, and loading requires a source and a target. So once you have a source and a target, between the source and the target, we perform the job of ETL. Now, to understand this ETL in a better way, I'll just give you an example. We were discussing an example of a vegetable supermarket. So now once you've been to the vegetable supermarket, so you will find various kind of multiple vegetables. But are you going to purchase all of them or few of it? Few of it. Am I right? Very few of it you will purchase it as per your requirement, what you want to cook today. So what you will do, you will pick those vegetables and put it in a basket. Now, tell me now, what is the form of vegetables now currently when you picked up? Yes, guys. What is the form of the vegetables right now when you picked up? It is in a raw form. Am I right? Yes, guys. It is in a raw form. So now what we have done, we have picked up those vegetables and put it in a basket and build it. We bought it at a home. Now tell me, so in order to cook the vegetable curry, what is it you have to do? Tell me now. Cutting and chopping. That means you have to change the format. You have to change the that is nothing but format. That means by cutting and chopping vegetables, you have to do it. And now once the vegetables are cut and chopped, okay, that is nothing but again what you will do, you'll put it in a bowl and start cooking. So once the cooking is done, so what you are doing, you have converted here, just listen it, you have done a process that is nothing but from you bought a vegetables, you cut them off, and now you have cooked it. That means you have changed the format. So now guys, in this, can you see what is that? Picking up from vegetables, from all a list of vegetables, you're picking up only restricted vegetables which is required for you. That is called as what? The process of what, guys? That is called as the process of what? Extraction. Am I right, everyone? It is called as the process of what? Extraction. And now once the vegetables is bought, and what you will do, cutting, chopping, and cooking them. So are you changing the form of vegetables from the raw form to the cooked form or not, guys? Yes. So that is called as a process of what? Transformation. And ultimately the loading. Loading means what? Whatever you have it, you'll put it in the target. Your target is eating. So that's called as loading process. So here in the same way example, in the same way here also, what we do, we perform the extraction, transformation, and loading between the two. What is that? Source. The source consisting of what? Data. Data means what, guys? Data means what? Data is nothing but information. Data is nothing but what? Information. Okay. Data is nothing but what? Information. Data is nothing but what? Information. So we pick up the information from the source, required information, that is called as the extraction. And once the information is extracted, what you do? You transform. That means change the format of the information. That is called as transformation. And once the transformation is done, then finally you will load the data into the target or the destination. For example, guys, now I will give you a live type of example so that you will understand this ETL in a very better way. Suppose, guys, you have a latest, take a say supermarket data is there. Okay, some supermarket data is here. Can you see, all of you? Just concentrate well, guys. You will have a very good idea on this. So now, guys, you have product ID, and then you have the product rate, guys. Product rate is there, and then you have the product rate, product quantity sold, QTY. And next is what? Date of sales. That's it. These are the columns we have it. Product ID, product rate, product quantity sold, and date of sales. Am I right, everyone? Yes. Are you? Am I able to? You are able to hear me, guys? Please. Guys, please, you should respond it. You people are not kids. You should respond it. This is a professional class going on, isn't it? So I want everyone you to just interact with me, please. Okay. So now, guys, what is it called as? Product rate, product ID, product rate, product quantity sold, and date of sales. These are the columns. These are the columns information of a supermarket. Let us make it here as a more supermarket, guys. More supermarket, you have it. And this is the information of the more supermarket. Day-wise sales is recorded. Can you see here, all of you? Guys, can you see here, all of you? Now, product ID is something like this, 1, 2, 3, and rate is, let us say, 100 rupees. Okay, and then the product quantity is, what is that? 10. Quantity sold is 10 pieces, or 10 in the quantity, and date of sales is, let us make it here as 28. Guys, what is that? You have it 28 11 2022. And now 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, again we have, what's it? 200 rate, and 20 is the quantity sold, and then we have the date of sales is what? 28 is 11 2022. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 5. 300 quantity sold is 10, and the date of sales is 28 11 2022. Now, guys, everyone is following? Please say yes or no, guys. Yes, everyone is following?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we have this. This is nothing but the first one. And now, guys, on the second day also the data is recorded. That means the second day data. I'm just making it off. Can you see here, all of you? I'm just having this 28th data. Na? I want some other day data is also here. That is nothing but, let us say, 27th. I'm taking it as what? 27th data. Okay, 27, 27, and now 27. Now, guys, here you have, let us make it as 100 only. Okay, some change I have made it, that is okay. 100, and let us make it as a 10 here. Now, guys, this is the data you have it. Now, guys, tell me now, my query is here. The supermarket management wanted to know, management wanted to know the net sales took place on 27th and 28th of November 2022, and find out the variation. Find out the variation. Getting my point, guys? Find out the variation. They want this query to be executed. Now tell me, the supermarket authority wanted to know what is the variation in 27th and 28th day, whether the sales has increased or decreased. They wanted to know this. This is their query. So based on this, how this Azure data engineer is going to work. Now, guys, first of all, to apply the process of extraction, transformation, and loading. Now tell me, to find out the net sales, do you require the product ID, guys? Can you tell me, all of you? If you interact with me, I'll come to know whether you people are following or not. If not, I'll be helpless, guys. I don't have a habit of,
it is required on dates here.
Yes, we don't require the product ID. Product rate is required.
No, only here.
Year is required. But if you want to know the net sales without the product rate, how can you find out the net sales?
Yeah, sir.
So here we require product rate. Product rate we have picked up. That means product ID is not required. ID wise is not worried. He wants the net sales amount. So product rate is taken here. Product rate. Then now product quantity sold is required. Yes, of course we require to find out the net sales amount. We require the product quantity sold also. Then we have what's the date of sales. Yes, of course I require this DOS. I'm writing a shortcut. Now, guys, tell me product rate. What is the product rate? You have first product rate. Can you tell me, guys?
100.
Very good. So 100 is the rate, guys. Everyone, 100 is the rate. So I'm using this 100. Now tell me, what is the product quantity sold?
10.
Very good. That means the 10 pieces or 10 is the quantity, whatever it may be, you can consider. You can consider 10. Now, guys, what is the date of sales? This is the date of sales. Yes, this is the date of sales. Okay, this is the date of sales. That is 28 of so and so month. Now, guys, tell me. Second time, tell me now. Second, in the second transaction, I've just made it 3 entries to make the process very simple. I have what 200 rupees as the rate of the product. Then I have the rate of the product as what 200, and then you have the quantity sold as what 20. Yes, yeah. 20 is the quantity sold. That's it. Now date is same, anyways, leave it. Now guys, the third one is 300 is the rate of the product. And now guys, once the 300 is the rate, you will have to just make it here 300, and then the quantity sold is again 10. Now guys, this is called as the process which I have done right now. This is called as the process of what? Extraction. Am I right, everyone?
It's a small note. For extracting our data, we need to create another database table like for these 3 fields.
Simple. Yeah, that is fine. Technically, I'm not just, just simple example. I'm just making it you. Okay, just to understand the process. Extraction. Okay, guys. Now, the next one. After the extraction is done, what is the next process you have? It tell me now. Transformation. Very good. Transformation. Okay. Transformation. Now guys, transformation is the actual process of where we on the data we perform any kind of arithmetic operations, whatever the things you require it, we have to do it. Now tell me, to find out the net sales, what is that you require? You need to find out the you pick up the product rate and product quantity. Now tell me, product rate is 100 rupees, quantity sold is 10. That means 100 into 10 means what is outcome, guys? Tell me now.
1000.
Very good. 200 into 20 means what?
2000, 3000.
Very good. 2000. And next one is what? 3000. So now guys, 2000, 3000. Now you have performed some arithmetic operation. Now sum all the values, 1000 plus 2000 plus 3000. What is the total sum you have it? Can you tell me? The total sum amount is 4000. 6000. Am I right? So can I write like this? Can you see here? I'm writing here like this. I'm creating a new table here. I'm creating a new table with a name called what? Net sales. Net sales amount. Simple. Net sales amount table. Now guys, what I will do is, below this I will put up guys, below this I will put up the value, the net sales amount. What is the value of the net sales amount? Can you tell me? 6000. But now, on which date this transaction took place, guys? On which date the transaction took place? Tell me now.
28th.
28th. Very good. So now guys, okay, now guys, you have 28/11/2022. So finally what I'm doing is, finally I'm pasting up the data here. Now guys, this data is ready. But I wanted to know the variation of 27th and 28th. Now again repeat the process for the same. Now tell me, instead of pasting all these things repeatedly, I'll directly calculate 10 into 100 into 10 what?
1000.
Very good. So I'll write it here 1000. Yes. 100 into 10. Yes. 100 into what's that? 10. Then I have the value as what is that? Tell me now. 1000. Now tell me. Next one, what is the calculation you have it? 200 into 10 means what?
2000.
Very good. 2000. So use it as 200. Then into 10 is equal to 2000. Very good.
Then 110, 1000.
110, what is that?
1000.
Very good. 1000. I think it is 4000 now.
Yes,
guys.
Yes.
8000. Am I right? Okay. Anyways, no issues, no problem. Okay. Now guys, can you see it? We have it. Now guys, now it is what? Tell me, now it is what? 3000, sorry, 2000 plus 4000. 2000 means what? Totally what's the amount now? Now the net sales amount here is what? I'm directly writing it here. What is that? 4000. Am I right, everyone? And the date of sales is what? 27/11/2022. Now this is the final data I will. What I will do is, once this is called as a transformation. Now the transformation is done. Finally, what I will do? I will start the process of loading. Now loading will be done. Loading, and the data will be loaded into what? destination. Okay, the data will be loaded into what is that? Yes, guys, the data will be loaded into what? Finally, the data will be loaded into what? Destination. Now tell me, destination is nothing but what? Target. Am I right, everyone? Target. This is your target data. Now, guys, this data I'll load it into the target once. Now, from the job of extraction till the job of loading into the target, it's the job of a Azure data engineer. It is a job of what is that? Azure data engineer, which we do it by using the Databricks. Which we do it by using what is that, guys? Databricks. Now, further, he wanted to know what is the final variation. That is, find the variation. So this job further is a job of analyst. Analyst or the job of the data scientist. So job of the data scientist. These are the person who is going to work. So, but in Azure, for even working onto this, that is for the analyst and data scientist, we have the services provided here. Instead of Databricks, we can use the machine learning, we can use the artificial intelligence and do the same task of finding out the same and finally generating a report and sending back the report to the client here or the customer, whatever we have it. So this is the process of extraction, transformation, and loading. Everyone is okay now, guys? Please tell me now. Is this clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So now this is how it works. Yes, this is how it works. Now, whereas when it comes to this, now this is fine. But what about, I have a doubt here. What is that? So the thing is that I wanted to know, first of all, guys, everything is fine. But I wanted to know here, first of all, what is basically, we are doing it, all these things. This is cloud, etc., etc. Everything is here. But now what is it I wanted to do here is, cloud is there, everything, but on premises. I want to know, first of all, what is the difference? So now, guys, here you will have two things. What is that? Clouds. And next one is what? On-premise. Clouds and on-premise. Basically, these are the two factors which is importantly we should know. Okay, so to understand the situation of this, basically cloud, I'll give you a very simple example on this. Cloud is nothing but, or on-premises is nothing but, it is just like, just take an example of your mobile phone, guys. Everyone, take a example of your mobile phone. Your mobile phone has how many memories? Can you tell me? Your mobile phone has how many memories? Yes, one is the inbuilt memory. You will have it in your mobile phone. Another one is, what is that? You will have it. You can store it in the SD card. And the third one, and the third memory, which is nothing but you can store the data in, what is that? Yes, which you can store the data in, what's that? Google Drive. Now tell me, one fine day, you lost your mobile phone. Now the data which is available inside your mobile phone and in the memory card, can you recover it back? Can you recover it back?
No, sir.
No. But if you store the data in the Google Drive, you can recover it back at any point of time, even if you change the handset. Am I right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now the data, which is stored in the Google Drive is nothing but the data is on the cloud. The data is on, what is that? Cloud. And the data which is there in your, can you see your mobile phone? That is called as what? On premises. It is called as what, guys? On premises. So now slowly all the corporates, all the business entities are moving from the on premises environment to cloud environment. For what? For security reasons, for storage reasons, for avoiding purchasing of a licenses, everything. To avoid this, they are going on to the cloud services. And whereas across the globe, we have the following cloud providers. What is that? We have the Azure. Okay, Azure is one of the topmost cloud provider. And then we have AWS, Amazon Web Services. Then we have the GCP, which is nothing but the Google Cloud Platform. Google is also into this. Whereas these two are the market leaders in providing this. Apart from this, you also have, what is that? Alibaba, one of the China-based cloud provider. And we have SAP Cloud is there. And then your Oracle Cloud is there. Various people has come out with their products. Various people has come out with their products with various names. Getting my point? Azure, AWS, GCP, Alibaba, SAP, and then we have Oracle, etc. But now the leading market, the leaders of the market is what? Azure and as well as the Amazon. Yes, Salesforce, of course. Okay, all these are the cloud providers, but Azure, or Amazon Web Services. Even the GCP is coming up now, but the market leader is the Azure. Okay, why? I'll tell you. Before it was Amazon Web Services. Yes, of course. So before it was Amazon Web Services was in the top position. Now it has come down. Why? The same task what Azure is providing, or you can do it in Azure, that is quite cheaper than if you use it in AWS. If you use in what? AWS, it is bit costlier. So hence, to reduce that, the Azure has provided or launched their product on a very cheaper cost. So hence we can say that here the Azure is cheaper than comparatively with the Amazon Web Services. Hence, it is more efficient than AWS. Then that's the reason why it's leading up the market. And whatever the cloud providers you have it, they all provide the cloud services in the form of the categories. What is that? First one is called as what? IaaS. And the second one is called as what? PaaS. And the third one is called as what? SaaS. IaaS means what, guys? Infrastructure as a service. That means if at all you require some space to store, suppose this is my computer, all of you, this is my computer, I'm taking it to my desktop. Everyone, just a minute, I'm sharing my desktop. Just a minute, I'm sharing my desktop. See, these are some sharing my desktop. Can you see here, all of you? Just have a look. Here, guys, what is it I wanted to do is, I'm sharing my desktop. Just a minute, wait. I have some files are there. Some files are there here. I don't want these files to be remain on my computer desktop. I want to store it in the cloud because for easy access, more security, etc. I require some storage space or not to store the data. Am I right? Google Drive is providing by default how much space for us? 15 GB. Am I right? Whereas if at all you require to store the data more than 50 GB, then what is it you require to do? Tell me, guys, what is it you require to do?
We need to
purchase. You need to purchase. Am I right? In the same way here also, you here, what is it? The drive. I want to store this entire some information. Some, let us say you have okay, I have on my desktop around 10 petabyte, 10 petabyte information is there. I want to store it. That I need not worry for that. Simply I need to inform my cloud provider. My cloud provider is going to provide me the service of storing the data on their particular cloud environment. And cloud environment, ultimately they store the data in what? At the data centers. They have it. Data centers across the globe, they have the data centers. And Azure is having their data centers around at 54 locations currently. They are operating from 54 locations currently. That means the Azure is operating from what? 54 locations currently to provide the, that is nothing but storages. And whenever you require, they can access. That is called as what? Infrastructure as a service, storage service, all this going to provide. Infrastructure means what, guys? Infrastructure is nothing but computer, that is nothing but hard disk, or else you require a RAM. All these things will be provided to you by the Azure in the form of what? IaaS as a service, infrastructure as a service. PaaS. PaaS means what? Suppose, guys, you wanted to use a platform called operating system on not Windows, because banking data, when you consider, you will have a massive amount of data in the banking sector. So banking sector, massive amount of data is not supported. So hence what we do? Yes, what we do? We require to store the data, or we require to save the data, yeah, or we require to run the data on the various cloud, that is the platforms, that is called as what? Mainframes from IBM or Unix platform. But right now, can you see here, you don't have that. If it is in a local computer or a local server, you have to buy that particular operating system and install it into your PC. In order to avoid that, simply you can inform your cloud provider Azure to provide you the PaaS as a service. That means platform. I want to operating system as the mainframes operating system. So they will install it for you. They will provide you that service, licenses and all these things. You need not worry about this. Suppose you have a software as a service. Means what? Suppose you require some software. That means for storing your data, you require some SQL database. So now, guys, whenever you require the SQL database, you require to buy the license. Am I right? License of all softwares. So here you do not worry about the license, guys. Here you need not worry about the license. The license is not your responsibility. License is not your responsibility. License is the responsibility of the Azure provider, that is a cloud provider. So simply you need to use this, you need to pay. So how you are going to pay? You need to go with the model called pay as you go model. That means the way you use it, you have to pay. It is just like your OTT platforms. If you want to watch some premium movies, you have to pay some extra cost. Am I right, guys? Yes, everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In the same way here also, if you want to take some premium services, you have to pay for it. That's it. Use it. Pay, use and go. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing will be your own. Whenever you require, they will save it. For saving, they will charge the cost. So that is nothing but they have cut short the things. So here, serverless, they have made it serverless now. That means you need not have a servers in your office where server room for maintenance of the server. Again, some service administrator is required. All these things is not required. Everything is cut short here. Getting my point? So that is nothing but the simply with a laptop and that is nothing but your mail ID and login, just like this. You can start your project. I'm using it. Can you see here, all of you? Portal.azure.com. I'm using this. Simply, you need to log into this web page, guys, with a laptop